Welcome to Jamaica Magazine, your window into all things Jamaican. As we step boldly into this new year, let's be intentional about becoming the best version of ourselves. In every act, big or small, let kindness, integrity, and purpose be our guiding light. Together, we can create a brighter future for ourselves, our families, and our nation. Stay tuned for stories, insights, and inspiration that are sure to empower you. I'm Theodore Henry, and this is Jamaica Magazine.
Remember, students, coming here on campus, even returning students, your security is your responsibility. Always remember that, please. From time to time, you will have police, campus patrol, and also that's a JCF police, and also local securities. Whenever you have to take taxis to come to campus, please ensure you get a glance of the license plate numbers. I have to be practical. At some points, you might not be able to get the license plate number because of the rush going into the vehicle, but please take note of your drivers. It is very important there.
Good day, I'm Lisa Rowe, and this is your JIS News for Wednesday, January 8, 2025. Over 2,000 residents in and around Port Royal in East Kingston are now benefiting from the commissioning of the $533 million Port Royal pipeline replacement project. A National Water Commission undertaking, the project replaced aged cast iron transmission mains with 12-inch high-density polyethylene pipes. Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness says the new pipelines are expected to last up to 50 years.
What we have laid now are high-density polyethylene pipes, which are very robust, a little bit more flexible, and they are designed to last much longer than the old metal pipes. And these pipes can take the pressure of the pumped water supply to the area. And they are of a larger capacity as well. So there will be more water for Port Royal.
Meanwhile, National Water Commission Chairman Michael Shaw gave an update on other plans for the area.
Now in the final two phases to come, we are moving into work involving sewer systems, upgrading of wastewater tanks, relief station, as well as servicing and upgrading distribution pipes in your community.
Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of National Security Dr. Horace Chang has extended high commendations to the High Command and the hard-working men and women of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, JCF. Minister Chang said their exceptional performance in 2024 has resulted in a significant reduction in murders and one of the safest Christmas seasons the nation has experienced in decades. The national statistics for 2024 reveal a noteworthy achievement, with 1,139 murders recorded, a reduction of 265 murders or 19% compared to 2023. Dr. Chang said this success underscores the JCF's commitment to maintaining safety and security across the country. In a release, the National Security Minister said the police delivered on its promise to provide a safe and secure Yuletide season. Figures from the JCF show that in December 2024, the country recorded 73 murders, the lowest monthly count since September 2014. Of note is the 6 less murders recorded during the week of December 22 to 28, the lowest weekly count since 2001. Minister Chang attributed this achievement to the government's investment in the JCF. In other news, 5 members of the Judiciary were sworn in to serve in higher offices by Deputy Governor General Sedman Fuller during a ceremony at King's House on Monday. They are Judge of Appeal Justice Kisok Leng, Acting Judge of Appeal, Justice Georgiana Fraser, Acting Puisne Judges Opal Smith and Tracy Ann Johnson, and Acting Master in Chambers Christine McNeil. They will serve in the Court of Appeal and the Supreme Court. In his address, the Deputy Governor General urged appointees to continue their lifelong commitment to upholding the law and safeguarding justice for all.
Your decision will shape the course of justice and ensure that the principles of fairness, equity, and the rule of law are upheld. We recognize and commend you for your integrity, your resilience, and your steadfast commitment to these noble ideals.
In a statement delivered by Chief Justice Brian Sykes, President of the Court of Appeal, Justice Marva MacDonald Bishop, expressed confidence in the new appointees.
They are all where they are today because of the recognition of the Judicial Services Commission, the legal profession, and their peers that they are worthy of elevation to higher office based on their work ethic, integrity, dignity, and decorum.
Public consultations for the development of the Kingston waterfront are to be held shortly. The Jamaica Social Investment Fund, JSIF, is spearheading these talks with communities in and around the waterfront. JSIF's Managing Director Omar Sweeney said the consultations follow October's $12 million loan agreement between Jamaica and the World Bank for the Kingston Waterfront Improvement Project.
We're going to bring in private sector. We're going to bring in just all the corporations that in or around the area. And we're going to bring in community persons to see how they envision the park and how it is that we can make this a space that is not only alive on December 31st. We want it to be alive every single day of the year.
The Kingston Waterfront Improvement Project is expected to benefit more than 7,000 Jamaicans and will see downtown Kingston transform into a modern city. And finally, Jamaica's bobsleigh legacy will be featured in the design of the country's pavilion at Expo 2025 in Osaka, Japan. A training sled provided by the Jamaica Bobsleigh and Skeleton Federation and sculptures of Jamaican icons Bob Marley and Usain Bolt will be on display. The event is slated for April 13 to October 13 and will be held under the theme Designing Future Society for Our Lives. At the event, Jamaica will exhibit under the sub-theme Connecting Lives, and its pavilion will bear the title Out of Many, One People, Let's Link Up. The Japan Association for the 2025 Expo has projected that more than 25 million visitors will attend, including more than 3.5 million international visitors. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Lisa Rowe. Thanks for watching.
2024 witnessed a significant progress in the transformation of health infrastructure and improvements to healthcare delivery. A lot can happen in a year. See it all in our 366 Days in Review for the Ministry of Health and Wellness, Thursday, January 9, 2025.
2024 was a year of resilience, growth, and progress for the Ministry of Finance and the Public Service. From bolstering economic stability to advancing public sector reforms, the ministry remained steadfast in its mission to build a stronger Jamaica. Join us as we look back at the achievements and the transformative initiatives of the Ministry of Finance and the Public Service in 2024.
Jamaica's national budget is now $1.3 trillion. A new catastrophe bond that will cover us for 4 hurricane seasons, 2024, 2025, 2026, and 2027. Although, Madam Speaker, this is a measure that emerges from trade-related matters, it will mean the opportunity to provide more affordable imported raw foodstuff to Jamaican consumers. In the Ministry of Health, we've been able to work with Minister Tufton, and we created 1,600 posts, significant boost to the healthcare system.
It will allow Jamaicans who have lost their jobs to, on a temporary basis, receive a stipend from the government, calculated on a basis that is referred to their previous income and a caps.
The government plans to tap $5 billion from our disaster risk financing resources to address the immediate relief and recovery efforts related to Hurricane Beryl.
As soon as we sign this arrangement with JICA, we want to move on the very first element, which would be terms that triggers in the event of a natural disaster.
Effective today, the 21st of August, the bank has reduced its policy rate by 25 basis points to 6.75%.
Today, I'm happy to be launching or participating in the launch of the reverse income tax credit.
It is incumbent upon us to ensure that the material gathered in the public hearings during the life of the FinSAC Commission are available to the public for edification, scrutiny, academic research, and most importantly, to ensure that we do not traverse this path again.
There is no doubt that Nigel is a special resource for Jamaica.
And I thank Prime Minister Holness for the opportunity. It has been a wonderful journey, and we have accomplished a lot with the parliamentary and the cabinet team together.
The Honourable Favour Williams, MP, will assume duties as Minister of Finance and the Public Service.
I am committed to the continued pursuit of fiscal prudence and creative solutions. I will seek to collaborate with industry leaders, civil society, and most importantly, the citizens we serve.
One of the things we need to remember is that there are many persons out there in our family, community, wider society who may be having challenges, and that these persons sometimes need to be heard, sometimes need to be helped, sometimes need to be hugged, right? And the best we can do to promote mental wellness in our community is just to be there for people, to be able to hear them, to be able to hug them, to be able to help them, you know? And let's all be our brother's keeper and make this place a better place and a place that is conducive to good mental health and mental wellness.
Let us now step back in time with Remember the Days as Adrian Atkinson takes us on a heartfelt journey through his life growing up in rural Jamaica. From the simple joys of country living to the values and traditions that shaped his character, Adrian shares vivid memories of a time when community, resilience and love for the land defined everyday life.
Remember the days when people from the east side could go out on the west side and live in peace.
I was born and raised in a little district called Tangle River in St. James. So proud of Tangle River. The beauty about my halcyon days of the 70s is that I was exposed to so many different things that were creative. So we would use certain things that people would normally call trash, and we used that to be creative in such a way that we made gigs, boxes, trucks out of boxes, catapult, hopscotch. We would be creative in using perhaps the rotten banana trunk, and we call them tar. And we used to use the tar to play hopscotch. We used to go to the bush, we go get whisks, and we make skipping rope from that, or we use perhaps the elastic band from the inner cork or the buckle stopper, we used to call them, from the aerated water, we used to call them aerated water, but they were just bottled juice sodas. At that time, we never had inside kitchen. We were the outside kitchen that was made out of bamboo, wattle and daub here at Barncombe, all of that. And each kitchen had a dresser. The dresser where we wash, we put in pan, and we plate, we enamel plate, with knife, we fork, with cups, and we put it on the dresser. And there was a fireside. And so on that fireside is where, you know, the older folk would just put on the pot and you blow the fire. Sometimes smoke on your eyes until you're weak. No wonder I wear glasses in my older years. And then there were times when in that same kitchen, we used to smoke corn, the pig tripe, and put it on the kreng and smoke it. But then we used to, as children, we used to hide and use knife and cut off a piece and eat it. They were beautiful days. By 5 o'clock you have a beard, and you have to rub Vaseline for your foot. The Vaseline them time, they don't like Vaseline today. You rub it for your foot. They shine like young gold. It was a wonder. You could actually look on your skin and you think it was a looking glass. During the holidays, when you go on a river, go and swim, we go on a bush, go and look guava, saucy apple. Saucy apple is what we call Otahiti apple back in St. James. Well, in my district, saucy apple, we go look mango, we go look banana, you name it, cane. So in the evenings when dinner ready now, and them said dinner ready, your belly full. And when we look into that, it was so many different items that we needed. Perhaps I'm getting a little teary-eyed because those were precious moments, and I value those moments. And I think those were the moments that made me into who I am today. There's one thing that I'd like to see happen in this great nation, or this great enterprise called Jamaica, is where we can come to a place where we are a little bit more loving toward each other. I grew up in a time when community parenting was the order of the day. We shared everything. We respected rules and we respected authority. We had good manners. Good morning, excuse me, I'm sorry. Over time, we see that eroding. And I wish that we could come back to that place where we are grateful. We're grateful for the little things in life. We're grateful for the opportunities. We're grateful for even the small things that we have until better comes. I want to see us go back to a place where we can live loving in an environment that is conducive to good morals. I want to see this nation get back to a place where we protect our children, the women of this country, an environment that we can see things from perhaps different perspectives and we still get along, where community parenting will add value to the lives of our nation's children.
"2024 witnessed significant progress in the transformation of health infrastructure and improvements to healthcare delivery. A lot can happen in a year. See it all in our 366 Days in Review for the Ministry of Health and Wellness, Thursday, January 9, 2025.
As students have started and others prepare to return to university, campus safety remains a top priority. The next feature explores essential tips and resources to help students stay vigilant and secure while navigating campus life.
Going to university is an answered prayer for many students. Some might even refer to it as a place where dreams become reality, paving the way for a future of success. But with the hopes of furthering your education or getting that university experience, an unexpected event occurred that changed the course of your life. While walking from class, you were robbed, not only of your personal belongings, but also the fun experience you wanted to have. You now become fearful because of what transpired, and it has led you to start questioning your safety on the university campus.
Safety on campus is very important. If the students don't feel safe, I don't think they will be effective in learning, because you would have to be worrying now about you just existing on campus and being able to survive rather than focusing on studies.
Of course, this is a concern on and off campuses, so the important thing is to arm yourself with information that can help increase your safety.
When it comes to safety and the university campus, we'd have to put it in context. So students are more at risk at nighttime, and given that reality, students can be safe in many ways. They can walk in groups at night, they can avoid dark spaces and lonely areas.
If your university offers an on-campus shuttle service, use it.
They have campus security escort. You can call and ask for escort to drop you at your necessary locations if it is too late.
As for females in particular,
well, something I always tell my women is that we want to ensure that somebody knows your location at all times. Sometimes we're a bit too negligent and we don't really want anybody in our business, but I think having at least one trusted friend to have your location is really beneficial. And as well, women, we need to look out for each other. So constantly checking in to make sure that they are okay. Check the location. If they say they're going somewhere, you check in periodically to say, hey, is everything okay? Are you feeling safe? Are you back home? Stuff like that. As well as taking a few self-defense classes. It might seem over the top, but it's beneficial for us as women because you never know what could happen.
Some of the things I will tell students, especially as freshmen, please don't be naive when you arrived on campus. Ensure your personal security as it regards to using your personal gadgets. It could be laptops, cell phones, whatever it is. Don't be careless in a way that you constantly utilize your phones and in areas where it might look safe, but at the end of the day you need to look around your surroundings, at least glance to see, is it okay? Please to do so, because you have to remember too, we have financial institutions here on campus. You have also persons coming off campus. They're not students. They have to utilize these business facilities.
With safety as a priority, no matter where you may go, it is incumbent on you to be very vigilant.
Oftentimes, when conversations about safety happens, people think that it's only students on hall who are at risk. You have commuting students who may have to leave their classes, let's say around 9 p.m. and have to walk to the back gate to rely on public transportation. That long walk, oftentimes, they would come upon dark points. The more places are bright, it tends to ward off thieves and persons who may want to have, malicious intent.
While urging students to take precautionary measures on the campus, the same goes when traveling on the roads.
Whenever you have to take taxis to come to campus, please ensure you get a glance of the license plate numbers. I have to be practical. At some points, you might not be able to get the license plate number because of the rush going into the vehicle, but please take note of your drivers. It is very important there.
On these campuses that house thousands of students and accommodate thousands more who commute, there is no doubt that the roads are very busy.
Don't cross the roads being on your phone, please. And also, when you are using your laptops at gazebos, ensure that you are in possession of your items. If you have to move, ensure that you ask someone to look at your items and don't move too far. Remember, students coming here on campus, even returning students, your security is your responsibility. Always remember that, please.
But if students should look out for each other with the mindset that each one helps one, then the ebbs and flows of life would be less challenging.
There is beauty in community, so you're less vulnerable when you are surrounded by a group of people and all of you are going towards the same direction.
Attitude is something which productivity will require, and a good attitude. So these are conversations which are difficult, because how do you instill a good attitude? It starts by the kinds of activities that you engage your children in at an early age. What are we teaching our children even in our own homes? How do they see us reacting to challenges? How do they hear us addressing issues? That's what's going to shape their attitude and their mindset.
Sadly, we must wrap up today's show, but be sure to join us again tomorrow for another lineup geared towards providing you with information on the government's policies and initiatives for building a better Jamaica. You may visit our website, jis.gov.jm, to rewatch this show or to catch up on the others we have on the site. I'm Theodore Henry, telling you thanks for watching and have a blessed Wednesday.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.